Hello and welcome to game number 2 for the 4PL Cup Finals. And we are going to see which one of these two teams is going to be taking home the prize, because it is a winner takes it all team. Finals, wow. Winner takes it all, 400 euros. Loser gets nothing. Both of these two teams have been beating a lot of different teams to get to the point where they are today. And if you want to know more about 4PL Cup, you can go to facebook.com/4pl.dota2. Give them some love there as well. And it is a 2-weekly cup. Everybody can join that wants to, and everybody can win if they're good enough. Everything is best out of 1 apart from the finals, which is best out of 3, as we are seeing right now. This is game number 2. Game number 1 taken by No Tidehunter, so we're gonna see if DD can force out a game number 3, or if No Tidehunter is gonna be making it 2-0. And we'll be taking home that 400 euros. As we're going to have some bans already. Magnus was the ban out for No Tidehunter. Mind you, Dyer has first pick in this one. Previous game was the same thing. Of course, No Tidehunter was Dyer at that time, so we just swapped it around. We have got the Keeper of the Light and the Darkseer banned out by DD. So what is going to be going through? Is it going to be the Bounty Hunter? Is it going to be the Bat Rider? It's all possible. It is not going to be the Bat Rider, because that one is going to be banned out. So Bounty Hunter still in the pool. Of course, as well as Templar, Assassin, Jakiro, you know, you name it. Undying, Wisp. But Bounty Hunter is going to be the one that is going to be picked up. And there's the Undying still. Is it going to be Jakiro to accompany that? Or is S4 going to be playing as Templar, Assassin? Which one would they rather give away? Now they want to have the Jakiro. So they're giving away. Well, actually, its previous game was no Templar Assassin. Oh, but we actually saw Templar Assassin, of course. Never mind. I'm confused there for a second. I like it how everybody recognized the name of my antivirus updating. The sound, that is. Cool. Anyway. Yeah, let's see what they want to pick up. It's gonna be the Templar Assassin again. Because we saw Shoxka doing really well with that. I think the most thing that killed them off was the massive amount of split push that No Tidehunter had. So we're gonna see DD with a bit of a different tactic. Of course, they were the team in the previous game that picked up the sniper of all heroes. It's really a shame that it didn't work out. Gonna find out though. Taking their time, using their bonus time for the second time, because they also use some bonus time to pick up that Bounty Hunter. But what is it going to be? Like, they have their offlane.
Chen.
And the Chen, it's going to be Chen again. So they're going to go for dual lane and a Templar Assassin. So right now we have the exact same situation as last game. As in, they already gave away that they're going to have an offlaner, or these bounties are going to be the offlaner, Templar Assassin is going to be their mid, and Chen is going to be their jungle. So they only need to have 2 more for dual lane. And we had the same situation last time. We saw No Tidehunter betting some heroes that would fit in well there, but they ended up going for, of course, a Crystal Maid and a Sniper. I'm quite curious to see if we're going to see something different from them this time. As we have the Luna picked up for No Tidehunter, so that's also still a lot of pushing power going through, and it might actually turn out this to be a tri-lane, though of course we have seen Undying with different roles, so it's not set in stone just yet. Undying could be going still on an off lane, and then Jakiro and Luna on the safe lane. It could be the other way around as well. We have the Clinks being picked up or banned out by DD, the Tinkerbell banned out by Tidehunter, and there is the Nyx Assassin. So we're gonna see DD thinking that Undying is indeed gonna be on a different lane than where the Luna is gonna be at. So they're expecting still another support. Of course, Shadow Demon is still in the pool to make it a nice combination with the Jakiro, Shadow Demon, Luna. Disruption, Ice Path over the top, and with the Soul Catcher, extra damage on the Lucent Beam. There goes the Gyrocopter again. Shame for me. This time banned by No Tidehunter instead of DD though. And that's gonna be the Broodmother getting a ban out. An offlaner that DD does not want to fight against. And there goes the Nature's Prophet. So a lot of Thinkers being banned out and a jungle hero. And with Thinkers I mean goblins actually. And there's the Lifestealer. This time roles are changed. Lifestealer picked up by DD. We're gonna do the thing that No Title did in the previous game, or at least as far as the Lifestealer goes. For the people asking in the chat, Na'Vi versus Fnatic, I do believe that is a defense game. I am not casting the defense because I can't do it on Twitch. And since I cannot do it on Twitch, I am not really gonna do that. Well, I did cast a defense match, I guess, earlier, but that was actually only inside the game client. If you want to watch Fnatic versus Na'Vi, I think it's going to be casted by Epi, so tune in there. Anyway, Beastmaster is going to be picked up by No Tidehunter, so that's going to be the hero that they pick up, both for their offlane as well as making sure that the Lifestealer, even in rage form, will be able to get shut down. There's the Shadow Demon still. I have to actually note, though, we saw Bulldog playing the Beastmaster in DreamHack. And it didn't really work out well. So I'm kind of curious to see if that's actually gonna be working out this time. If he practiced, I hope he did.
10 seconds remaining.
Last pickup for No Tidehunter, as they're kind of missing their mid lane. Queen of Pain is of course still in there, doing okay against the Templar Assassin. They could, in theory, go for the Jakiro up against the Templar Assassin, but... Oops, hiccups. I'm not expecting them to do that. We're waiting. They have plenty of bonus time left, so they can just take the time that they want. Take the time to discuss how their opponent is gonna lane, how they are gonna lane. Maybe already when they're gonna have some action going through. Perhaps. Or maybe they still want to have their lone druid? Something else for Bulldog to play? Nature's Prophet? Oh, never mind, that's already out. Because basically Nature's Prophet, Bounty Hunter and Lone Druid are the three heroes that normally get played by Admiral Bulldog. One of those three. Beastmaster was the exception to the rule at DreamHack. Perhaps will be another exception to the rule today. If it's 2 times an exception to the rule, is it then still an exception to the rule, or will the rule be changed? Difficult to say, difficult to say. But they are almost out of time. They have to pick very fast.
5 seconds remaining.
3, 2,
Lone Druid.
Lone Druid. Well, that took them long enough. I think half the chat already said Lone Druid, Syllabear, Lone Druid, and that was 2 minutes ago, so imagine that. So let's see who's playing what, even though of course we're part of No Tidehunter, we don't have to really think about who's playing that. Because we actually have S4 now in the mid lane with Beastmaster, but of course Admiral Bulldog is going to be playing the Lone Druid. And Beastmaster mid is actually quite decent to have. I mean, against the Templar Assassin, I mean, Beastmaster has got enough armor to try and stay alive. He might not be getting that much last hits. He of course got brilliant rune control regardless, because of his boar and his eagle. One on each side, deny one if he goes there, just pick up the other one. You have to gamble though a bit, but still nice. We have a pause instantly coming up from DD. I already switched overlays, well that is good news. But let's see who's going to be playing what. We're going to start off with No Tidehunter because they are all complete. As we're going to see Loda playing the Luna. It's going to be S4 on the Beastmaster. Jakiro played by Envy again. It will be a Lone Druid by Admiral Bulldog, and Aki will be playing the Undying. As we're jumping ourselves over to DD, where we see Calculus indeed playing the Chen again. It's going to be Crit on the Bounty Hunter, off lane for him again, with Link playing the Lifestealer, Rise on the Shadow Demon, and that will leave Shocksky again in the mid lane on his Templar Assassin, going for a fast bottle. We're going to see how the lanes are going to be divided by No Tidehunter. I mean, secretly I'm hoping for an aggressive tri lane, because they have the lineup to do that. With the Undying, with the Jakiro, with the Luna, and then they have Admiral Bullock on the safe lane, making sure he gets like zillions of farm. Should not be a problem for him. Gonna go into the dire jungle. Who is gonna be the unlucky fellow that they're gonna be finding out? Of course, they know that they're up against a Chen. A game that I saw of No Challenger a while back was them trying to ward here. Apparently, there's one ward up on here, one spot location that actually, apparently, like, Envy explained it to me. Like, there is a very small area where you can actually place this ward that it will block this big creep camp, and it will hurt Chen a lot. We're gonna see if that's actually the one, because otherwise they will of course still spawn. The vision is still nice, of course. We'll see if it still spawns. Sentry ward is being placed there as well. Decay, they find Lifestealer, Rage away. Now being forced to pick up Rage if this first one still gets locked in the ice path. Gonna try to get away, but there will of course also be a Shadow Demon around there. And that is gonna be the ward counter warded. So GG, they did their homework. I like it. I don't like it that we won't see that it's actually the right place to put it there, but they still have this one, of course, that will block out the small camp, which is nice. Ward here placed here also by the Dire to make sure that they know what they're up against. We're going to have Crit in the bottom lane, Lone Druid indeed on the bottom lane as well. So middle is no surprise that we're seeing these two up against each other, and we are indeed having an aggressive trialing from No Tidehunter. Happy us. Happy times. To be fair though, like, it's not a very easy target to have up your aggressive trialing. I mean, Rage will be able to make sure that he can get away. So it's actually not even that bad of a spell to be picking up as a first spell if you're up against an aggressive trialing. He will of course also have the anti-gank Shadow Demon around there. If someone goes on Lifestealer, he will be able to disrupt Lifestealer, and then Lifestealer will be safe afterwards, or should in theory be safe afterwards. If he gets locked inside an ice path anyway, for example. That being said, if they're actually going to be going on the Shadow Demon, that might be the end of the Shadow Demon, because he doesn't have any of those things, and if he gets locked inside an ice path, well, he can't put the disrupt on himself because he'll be stunned. Chen, of course, is going to be in the jungle. Creep still spawned there, as he has got himself a creep. He's going to be throwing out some harassment here. He's also found out that there is a sentry ward here, probably. And this is interesting, because he actually placed his own sentry ward here to make sure that there's no wards here from the Radiant side, but there isn't. There isn't. And that was actually his last sentry ward, because he had two. And he just picked up another Ursa Warrior to make sure that the other one, of course, didn't go, he's gonna try to stack, he won't be able to do so. Didn't go to waste. As we do have the other ward being cleared out there also by the Radiant side. So a bit of a ward battle going on right here. As we have on the bottom lane, Crit taking some harassment from Admiral Bulldog. Admiral Bulldog 14 last hits for him is actually on top of the list with S4 also. Highest upon his last hits. Also got a bottle there already. With of course Chokes already having his bottle, so he's gonna go get the regen rune as well. We'll be lucky enough to get it before the bear does. As the S4 will take the opportunity to get some free last hits for himself. Then we've got the top lane still. It is Link who's been getting 4 last hits. I mean, he really has to be careful. Loadout's been getting 6. Can't go too far either, as they're just constantly looking for kills and for ways to get ahead. I mean, for now, No Tidehunter's lineup is not really working out. I mean, Chen is still able to get something in the jungle here. Oh, there's a disruption. Open wounds up on Aki. Here comes also the clap from the Ursa Warrior. Rage going through. Ice Path trying to help out. Aki though cannot get away, or can he? 4 HP. Aki is staying alive. Pops herself, and it's Calculus that still dies. Envy picking up the kill. Dual Breath still going through. Shadow Demon 4 seconds until he has another disruption, but it's too late. That's another kill going the way of No Tidehunter, as we see Lifestealer getting away from that place at the same time. More action going through. I do think that was an entangle going off on the Bounty Hunter, but Crit actually took a dive towards Admiral Bulldog, and that was 3 kills across the board in favor of No Tidehunter, with having their Undying staying alive just borderline really. If he would have died, well, the first blood would have gone to of course to DD. I mean, might still have seen Calculus drop, but that would have been so different. That would have been so different indeed. And that will give, I mean, even Loda picked up one of those kills, so some more gold going towards himself. No kills going towards Link this time, so it's, I would say for now, No Tidehunter's trial lane working out. As we have got the bear taking a lot of harassment here, might actually drop. It's going to be resummoned, of course. He can do that if he wants to. There he goes. And it's going to just be continuing setting him on crit. I mean, crit will not have an easy time. He will be able to get experience if he's careful enough. But if he gets an entangle, that might be a kill. Invisibility rune picked up by Shoxka. So having some nice rune control. Actually having Calculus taking over his lane for a while because he can't really farm that much in the jungle. Or at least he is not trying to anymore. And he's just going to be able to get some creeps in the mid while Shoxka's away. We have a rotation also going on for Channel Envy, who managed to go back towards the middle lane. Might be trying to go for something in this middle lane, even though, of course, with the invisibility rune up on a Shoxka, which they probably have seen, that will be hard to do. As well, he'll just stack the ancients for S4 then. As the creeps also on the bottom lane, the hard camp getting stacked. Again, like I said last game, something that we see just no time to do a lot. Harassment going off on Aki. Was of course hoping that he would get locked in with those trees, but not able to do so. Oh, careful. Level 6 already up on Link, so that is the advantage that you have on the trial lane. He is 2 levels higher than Loda is, because he's just been able to get experience. He might not be able to get that many last hits, even though he's got 17, which is on par still with Loda, who's got 19. But he's doing not bad. I mean, they might not be getting the kills, but he's also not dying. And he's by himself right now, getting the experience, getting those levels. So that's actually pretty welcome, of course, as we have got Shoxka, his invisibility rune just proc. Use some charges. Wow, I know, English is very difficult. Access to some harassment. S4, 33 last hits for him, Shoxka 28. So this is S4 still in favor, so Beastmaster definitely able to hold his own there in that middle lane. As the bear will get summoned back here. No Janada for you. And crit level 5, so almost level 6, will be able to help out with some ganks. We have now 4 heroes on the bottom lane in S4 with level 6. They want to go for the life stealer, and they will. There's a roar started off. Ice Path, that's a clean kill. It is Aki's or the Decay that picks up the last hit. And there's really nothing that Shadow Demon could do. It just went way too fast. Of course, the disruption would have been there, helping out if he was around, and maybe then he would have been able to rage afterwards. But he just wasn't close enough, so he couldn't do that. As we also have a gank set up on Bulldog. Track is already up on there. Melt damage is not there yet. We have got Bulldog Shuriken Toss hitting, but he is just such a tanky hero. Bear gets resummoned. Gonna try to hide himself. Where are the TPs to help him out though? Trap going through. No TPs. He blocks himself with the bear! Bulldog! What are you doing? You're dead! And that's a track kill going the way of DD, as Shoxka is gonna be putting his refraction up to still be able to stay alive, but no TPs coming in to help him. There was an Undying with a TP up if he wanted to, even with a Tombstone, might have been able to keep him up. The K going through. There was actually the first kill on the side of DD. And they find someone. Tombstone up. Ice Path Calculus. I think Calculus has seen the light, or will be seeing the light very shortly.
Sacrilege. Open grave.
There's Aki that picks up the kill. Centaur still got to set up a Loda, but that was just some harassment. And he will save his Centaur. As we have Link in the meantime, 28 last hits for him. I'm actually going to be putting up net worth, even though I normally do that at minute 10, but with all these skills going through, it's just more interesting for me right now. Disruption, Soul Catcher, there's the Sun, Envy, I think you're dead. It's a Shadow Demon that picks it up. He couldn't go anywhere, he was just locked in position by those illusions, of course. As there was a second kill going the way of DD. Of course, it was no track kill because it is the bounty hunter that is on the bottom lane again, level 7 for him. I mean, in that sense, Lone Druid is a bit like the Brood Mother. If you're gonna be if you're gonna be having him on the bottom lane, and if you're gonna be leaving him alone, he will continue farming and push your towers. That's just something that you don't want to be happening. Calculus decided to just go inside the enemy jungle because that's the most safe jungle right now. Interestingly enough, he's probably right. S4. Still been on to stacking these.
Top tower is under attack.
And the ancients, of course, still getting stacked as well. Still 4S4 by Envy. So we have the gold graph, 1k favor for no Tidehunter, which is actually not that much. But we do see the net worth. I mean, it's fairly even. 3 for each that are very high up on there, even though no Tidehunter is just slightly ahead. But Not by that much. Experience graph in favor of DD. And that's because of that tri-lane. That is because the experience that Link has been getting. I mean, take a look at these levels. It is the Dire side that has 3 level 8s, but the Radiant side that has 2, and that is because Luna rather, has not got that much farm just yet. And there goes a kill. And it is the TA that died. There was another roar going off, of course.
Middle tower is under
He
attack.
got some help from Envy. But it was the TA that dropped. Shokska, not able to stay alive. And now S4 will have to go back to base also. He's got 1800 gold, got quite a lot. Curious to see what he's gonna go for. If he wants to just go for drums and maybe an economical at some point. Oh, hello, bye. No, oh, the stun didn't hit in time. Calcul is not gonna get that one. That was such a opportunity there. And of course also, I mean, Test of Fate, it does like random damage between 100 and 200. Didn't do enough. It didn't do enough. Could just change so easily. The Lifestealer goes down on the top lane. Luna getting the last hit. That was just too big of a dive for the Lifestealer. Shouldn't have been there. He died here-ish. Yeah, that's the wrong side of the tower. So you have Bullock being very careful, knowing that there's a lot of heroes missing from the map. He might have Ryze coming there to try and help out and kill him off. 2k gold now up on the Beastmaster. Might also be going for Blink. We've seen a lot of Blink Beastmasters to just initiate with their roars. The wards being placed. Courier's dead.
Courier has been
And
killed.
that is the item that was on the way to Bullock, so he doesn't get his item just yet.
Tower is under attack.
Didn't really see what it was though, which is a bit of a shame. They're gonna find him. And Lifestealer sitting inside of there as well. Bear. Nice block is there, still there though. Tombstone up, now the TP's come. Hand of God going through. Who is gonna be the first target? Nobody is, because everybody's backed out apart from, no, everybody backed out. Lame. Let's see if they can find the Lifestealer. Roar. They can. Let's get ourselves an entangle. Can you get an entangle, Bear? No, and Ice Path misses as well. They might not even get a kill here. Well, Luna's still picking up the Chen. So that is something on the side. But that's it. That is it. And S4 thinking, you know what, I don't want to be here. My roar being wasted. My talents are not useful. I'm just going to be going back towards the mid lane and continue farming there. 4 heroes now in the bottom lane still for no talent, though they might just want to try and take down a tier 1 tower there. Bear looking for an entangle maybe on someone. Open wounds up on Aki. There's a golem form also. Ice Path, not gonna hit anything, or at least not Ryze. There's the entangle. And from the side, here comes Shokska. It is the TA that already picked up the Jakiro. Now picks up Aki as well. Wants to go for Bulldog. Can he get Bulldog? Trap going off. Here also comes a Lifestealer. It's gonna open wounds again in 8 seconds if he got some mana, which he doesn't actually. As Bear still tries to get an entangle, but there's another trackle going the way of DD. And it is this time the Shadow Demon that picks up the kill. And Loda, last one alive. On the bottom lane, that is. Melt damage going through. Trap will not be there for another 5 seconds, so Loda will be able to get away. But that is the only one getting away was basically S4 and Loda. Jakiro, I mean, he died as the first one. Now back on the bottom lane. I'm not sure if he really wants to be here.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Now he does. Now he does. Hello. Where's the Ice Path? Hit it, Envy. No, not like that. Ryze will be able to get away this way. In the meantime, it is S4 that's still going to go down. It looks like Ryze still going to get some harassment. The macro power goes down. Disruption is there to try to help out, but I do think he's doomed, as he just needs the 2 more last hits. So where is the loosened beam? He waited for that. Nice job. Waited so that Loda could pick up the last hit for that one. Friendly. Friendly indeed. And S4, of course, dying in the mid lane. Towards Shokska, was 3 for 1 by the way, doing very well for himself, as we have got Crit just standing around. Let's see if he can go for Loda. There's Janata, track going off. Shuriken is at level 3. Might be able to do this, and it gets blocked by his own creeps. Ice Path though, this time in time. Dual Breath going through as well. Crit now will be backing off, but this is a very dangerous, or a very dangerously low Luna, and he actually uses drums just to make sure that he gets away. In the meantime, Aki plays the Tombstone. Trap goes off, he's by himself. Well, on the minimap he was surrounded by 4 heroes. Now the Dual Breath goes through to try and make sure that Envy can still do something, but the Demonic Purge slows him down. And I don't think he's going to be able to get away from this one. No Tidehunter. Making some big mistakes here, his positioning, and basically pure map control, because if we look at the coverage for DD, as far as the coverage go for wards, they're just making sure that this part of the map is theirs. And that means the Roshan. And the roar goes off in the meantime upon Rise. Rise will still drop, but they will be giving a Roshan away. But they get a tier 2 tower, tier 1 tower though. Second tier 1 tower going down on the side of DD. Well, actually I have to say, I mean, no Thailander. They haven't got any towers down on their side just yet. Everything's still standing strong. Even the bottom tower. As we have the gold graph. Still in favor of no Thailander, but very even. 500 gold is nothing. Experience graph, same thing. 1.5k experience. At this stage of the game is nothing. And then it's going to be, as for Axis, just cleaving through these Ancients. As of course the Tombstone is helping out as well, tanking up those big guys. A lot of gold also going towards Loda with his bouncing blades. And they share all the experience, so that's a bit more gold going the way of no Tidehunter. We still have the gold more evenly spread upon DD though, like if you look at the gold graph, net worth graph that is. Well, I say more evenly spread, but it's mostly these three that I mean. I mean, there's a bit more gold upon the support. Well, the supports from the DD. The tier 1 tower bottom goes down. I mean, no surprise with 5 heroes of DD making sure that happens. Here comes one TP though, Lone Druid. And from the side, here comes the rest. Ice Path up on Rise. Eclipse going through as well. That is Rise going down. Bullock still taking a lot of damage here and will be picked off by the Bounty Hunter. As we're still going to see Lifestealer jumping inside the creep and get sent back by the chin. Now Kelko is going to try to go for Aki. Aki though, going to turn himself around and Luna picks up a kill. Mega kill streak for Loda right now. Can he go for more? As it is a crit that center being placed, but that is going to be at the dust wears off, and that is going to be all she wrote. Unless Shokska is going to be still in some trouble. There goes Lucent Beam going through. Can they get a Ice Path? Nope. Linked away by Spurs. Trap goes off, crit still around, might try to go for Eternal Envy there, Trex going up, open wounds now, up on Aki, here also comes crit again, Ice Path going through, not doing anything just yet though, there's the melt damage that still goes through, they want to go for this, they did pick up Aki still, but they are now backing off. And I do mean with they, no Thailander backs off, because there's 4 heroes again for DD on this bottom lane. And with Lone Druid, of course, I mean, he was the one that basically said, like, okay, we're gonna fight this, the rest came in from the side. He died very fast, he wasn't able to do anything, so I do see the timing was maybe slightly off there. But Bulldog just dying there, it's a bit of a shame. He has got his hand of Midas now, which is probably the item that got brought to him by the courier when it died, which is quite a bit of a shame, as that is the item that he kind of wants to have. If it's getting delayed by 3 minutes, well, that's kind of painful. And that was actually the first tower going down on the side of no Tidehunter. With this Lifestealer still continuing to farm, 1700 gold up on him. Rune being picked up by Shokska, his regen rune. Also got a blink dagger for him, 1500 gold. And he's gonna go for mid. Open wounds. Hit on the Jakiro. Envy. Gonna try to do what he can. Ice Path going through. Track going up as well. But he's not gonna be able to chase that. Tombstone goes off. Losing beam up on crit. The case going through. Roar. Up on Rise. Access flying through Rise. And Tangle on top of that goes down to the Undying. Still as crit. Losing beam. One more hit needed. Can they find him? They can't. They don't see him. Can they get Shokska? No, he blinks himself away as we have still. And no Tidehunter gonna go for this. Losing beam upon Calculus, open wounds. Gonna try to slow down the bear so no entangles for you. As DD still on the way out from the back though. It's gonna be a Shuriken Toss and melt damage going through. Shokska and crit waiting for a good opportunity to go in. They're getting them Aki. That would be a tracker if they get him. There's gonna be crit though, gonna be able to get away. They don't have a sentry ward, they don't see him. Do they even have dust on them? No, they don't. And that's quite awkward because you would burn dust if you're up against a bounty hunter. There we go, we have sentry wards, but they just weren't down. The only one really dying there was, of course, the Shadow Demon. Which is, I mean, Shadow Demon is nice to have going down, but he's just a support, and they wasted a roar up on him. I think that if they roared someone else, I mean, he's still got a disruption off anyway. They might have been able to kill off a bit more important hero. As the trap goes on the top lane. Shokska maybe trying to go for this. He has got a blink dagger, but it is a Loda that's already backing off towards his tier 1 tower. Tier 1 tower too close by to try and go for that. Maybe there's people TPing in to try and help out, and that would be, of course, bad if you're by yourself. But now he's not by himself anymore. Now he is with support, with crit, with Rise, and even with Calculus. The only one that's not there is Link, who's gonna be farming elsewhere. And actually, Shokska's being left alone as well. They're not gonna go for this tier 1 tower anymore. And that was the tier 1 tower. Last one on DD, actually dropping in this bottom lane. creep's doing the job. Siege creep. So it gold does get split out. No deny for crit, even though he did try to get there in time. As Life Stealer again, same build as we saw last game. It is a Maelstrom. Lightning is fun, he says, and I agree. It's a good item up on him. He doesn't have an armlet yet though. Like last time we saw this, he actually had himself an armlet before he went to a Maelstrom. And I say he, but I'm actually meaning Loda, because it was up on the other team, of course. But this time it is the Life Stealer that doesn't have as much farm, even though net worth is not correct right now, because of course the Maelstrom is in the courier. So that's some extra gold that's going to be going towards Link, who jumps himself into crit. And there is the net worth back up. In the meantime, Shadow Demon still goes through. Still goes down, that is. Calculus on the way out. I think he needs to use the Hand of God. Will be able to stay alive for now. No, Luna's Lucent Beam still picks him up. Shoska on the way out. Here comes the Bounty Hunter though. He has of course got Life Stealer in him, but are they gonna go for this? I'm not sure. 5 heroes still alive for no Time Hunter. And the 2 supports already dead. There's no Sentry Ward down, so they could go through unharmed. There's of course a Sentry Ward up on the Chikiro, so he could choose to place it if he wants to. They're just gonna take it slow. And with they, I mean DD, because the tower for no Time Hunter still goes down. First tier 2 tower that drops. And Life Stealer is leaving Crit alone again, goes for the Ancient. And Time Hunter just continues to farm, because it doesn't look like DD really wants to go for these team fights. I mean, we saw them in the previous game as well, and they were playing very careful then. Then their lineup of course allowed for that. They needed to get those pickups or those kills at least with the sniper, and leave him to farm by himself. But right now, I actually do feel like they're wasting a bit of time. They are now behind by 4k gold, which is 20 minutes in. It's not an insane amount, but it is like 1 item or 2, and that might just make the difference. Experience graph also going the way of no Time Hunter, just by the way that DD is playing right now. They're very careful, avoiding heroes. Well, they can. I think they can pick stuff up. I mean, they have got a Bounty Hunter, Nike's Bomb. That is so dangerous if you're on no Time Hunter. As we already saw, Nike's just jumped himself into the Bounty Hunter, and he was able to just roam around and try and pick someone off. But at that time, no Time Hunter was of course teamed up.
Dire's top tower
But
is under attack.
they are not teamed up the whole time, so I do think that maybe they can go for some more kills. And of course, if you pick up a Bounty Hunter, you're kind of assuming you're gonna get track kills. Luna is in trouble. Track kills. This is gonna be a track kill, or is it not? Roar going off on crit. Losing beam. That is crit already going down. Now Shoxka gonna be able to get away. There is a Sentry Ward placed there, as we do see Luna still being picked up by the Life Stealer. We have Chen in some trouble walking through the Macropyre. It is Rise that's going to be sent back to base by Calculus. Test of Faith will still pick up the Jakiros. Calculus is just fighting zombies right now. Shoxka in some trouble. Sentry Ward being placed. They want to get him. They will get him. And it is S4 that picks up the kill. We have 3 for 2 right now.
Radiant's bottom
I know Thailand are going to continue going, so this is the lack of map control, I guess, for DD. I mean, they wanted to try to go for a simple pickup, but they don't have wards. Apart from in the Radiant jungle, and they didn't know that there were so many people hanging around there, with the Roar of course stopping crit from doing anything anymore. And they do get still a track kill though. I mean, Luna still went down as a track kill, and that is extra gold going the way of DD, and that's the kind of kills that they need to be getting. So we have got a Gem of True set up on Bulldog right now. And he picks up a hand of haste, a Gloss of Haste, so maybe going for, yes, for Maelstrom as well. Hello Courier, he just came to bring that. Track going off, Shurgatos as well. Crit wants to get that gem, but won't be able to get it. Too tanky. As we see Luna with a Manta style already. Well, I say already, but just with the Manta style. We have BKB being built up by Crit. Let's take a look at some more of the items, as we have the Mana Boots up on the Shadow Demon. Calculus, Mechanism of course complete, got himself an armlet or sword bracelet as well as Mana Boots. We already saw the Maelstrom up on the Life Stealer. And I do think I missed someone. Templar Assassin. 1300 gold up on him. I hope he's going to go for Desolator, but might be going for BKB. Even though, of course, BKB won't stop him from getting roared, so he will only make him the roar targety, I guess. So it might be just going for a Desolator still. A bit of extra minus armor wouldn't hurt, especially not against a lone druid. And then Tangle actually also goes through BKB, so there's a lot of that. Lucent Beam, Rise, Ice Path. Disruption is still there though. Open Wounds now up on Envy. Gonna go for this. There's the Ghost Center helping out. Here comes the TP in also from S4, who's got himself some Boots of Travels. And it is the Life Stealer that just jumped himself into that creep right there. track goes off, and that is actually Jakiro still going down. Roar going off on Crit again, though. No more mana for him, as he's just been clean up for his mana with this Archer from the Necronomicon from S4. Hand of God going through. There's a disruption. Trying to help out, trying to stop Loda from attacking Link, but Link still gets entangled and still gonna go down. Bulldog picking him up, Crit still alive, trying to get himself away, but that, yeah, he can't do anything. Luna just picking him up with 1 for 2 right now. Only just for Jakiro that goes down, but if they pick off the 2 heroes that are actually quite a big of impact for DD, and they will get a tier 2 tower for this again.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
With the only semi-carry left alive.
Dire's top tower
Shocksky was in the mid lane farming. He needs to farm. He needs to fulfill that role as a semi-carry. A gold graph just spiking up, going towards a 7.5k experience graph. Same story. Shocksky, another rune for him. As in the meantime, bottom lane is where Loda is going to continue farming. And Boots of Travel up on S4. I mean, he's got such a nice setup for that. Has been. He can have his Hawk and his Boar, of course, to TP to, and not just that. He can also TP to the Bear of Admiral Bulldog, as we just saw happening. So anywhere the fight's gonna be, he can be there very fast. Roshan is back up in the meantime, by the way, so we might have for that one shortly. As we've got Link, 1600 gold up on him, and we have a pause coming out from DD that will leave us a chance to just check out a bit more of the stats, because I know that you like those, and I know that I still have an issue of showing them enough. So here you go. This is the score with most stats that you can ever think of. It is the gold era, the current gold per minute actually looks very nice up on Luna, but we do see the difference, right? I mean, it's S4, Loda and Bulldog all very high, all above that 400 gold per minute, while for the Dire, for DD, they don't even have anybody above 400, and yes, they have got Shocksky very close to 400 at 395, and Lifestealer at 365, so still very close. It is Crit that is the third highest there. I mean, they also got 3 that are not farming bad, but Crit is actually on 308, so at least 100 gold per minute lower than the heroes of No Tidehunter, and that makes a big difference. And that's of course also because of those track kills that are just not happening. And right now, this is the time where maybe DD is a bit too late with doing the thing that I said that they should be doing, looking for kills, because No Tidehunter decided to just try to team fight, try to go for those 5-man pushes. But, well, maybe they can still get something. It is also, of course, now a lot harder to try and ward against No Tidehunter, because they do have that Gem of True Sight, and it's definitely not easy, as we have got the Skull Basher being built up by Bulldog, so we'll be having that one up on his Bear soon, as we have indeed some exclamation marks coming out from the Roshan. Nice kill off by Shocksky on the Hawk, but I don't think that Beastmaster is going to be too sad about that one. He just has to walk all the way there, I guess. Well, I guess that's still quite annoying. But Boots of Travel on the Beastmaster, I like it. It's not something that we see every day. Wars are being placed.
Blessings.
So we have got Loda 2700 gold. And there's the Skullbasher complete. So we will have a fight probably over the Roshan, unless one of the teams is gonna just give it away. Which in this case, if someone would be giving it away, it would be DD. Central word already placed. There's a track going off. We find Crit. There's also the Gem of True Sight, and that is gonna be a kill. Jakiro picking it up. Are they gonna go for Roshan, or are they gonna go for more? As in for tier 3 maybe. As a lot of exclamation marks come out from Crit, and they're just gonna go for the tier 3. 4 versus 5? Sure, let's do it. Tier 3, dead. Fortification is of course still up. Oh, look at those bouncing blades. I love bouncing blades when it's not on my enemy team. But when it's on your enemy team, I mean DD, I mean they see this go through and thinking, shit. Because this is just pretty damn painful. And it is, yeah, it is just painful. I mean that was one set of racks. It's going down in basically no time whatsoever. And now they can still get Roshan because Bounty Hunter is still dead. And they will indeed. 2300 gold upon the Beastmaster. We have a Eagle Song up on the Luna, so we will be having a Butterfly. As we have got, I mean, we should keep an eye on the Lifestealer, because he is going to be the one that's making the biggest difference. As he did jump into Shocksky right here, who has got himself a beacon. He blinks in, and jumps out. They go on Aki. Aki pops his Ghost Scepter, alive for now, still lands a heal. There goes the Hand of God. Aki's still alive for now. Roar actually also went up. Aki is still alive. How does it happen? There goes Crit again going down. Lifestealer going down. Shotka going down. 3 heroes dropping in a span of just seconds. And they all wasted everything on Aki. They went on the hardest hero of the game to kill. Basically, as we still have the chat also being picked up, but a GG well played already goes out, so it will be no Tidehunter that takes home 400 euros. Winners takes it all for the 4PL Cup Finals. And this game, I mean, it is just like they jump in, right? Nice, ballsy, very ballsy, but they jump in. It's what they have to try and do. And then they go on, and the most tankiest hero that popped actually is Ghost Scepter to be able to stay alive. And was able to stay alive. Like, they wasted everything on that. Well, they used everything on that. I'm not going to say it's wasted, to be fair. But anyway, that was a fight going the way of no Tidehunter, and therefore also the game going the way of no Tidehunter. So we will see the throne explode, whether they kill it off or if the rest of DD actually disconnects. That would be also most welcome. As, well, we can,
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
we can safely say that I want to have more of these kind of finals. I want to have more 4PL Cups. I want them to be able to do more, and to help them do that, we got to show them that there is enough support, so that they can show their sponsors that there is enough support for their Dota 2 action. 4PL Cup, their Dota 2 Facebook. Give them some Facebook likes. It is on facebook.com/4pl.dota2. Like them, and I know it might be seeming a small thing, but it is actually quite a big thing to be able to show your sponsors, like, we held a tournament, this amount of people like what we do, so this amount of people will be getting exposure to that. So that's important. So make sure you like them on Facebook. So 4pl.dota2. My name is Sheever. I'm a Ghost of Gamers caster. If you want to support me, you can do 3 things. You can subscribe to my YouTube, follow me on Twitter, or also like me on Facebook. And you can all do that with the same extension, all SheeverGaming, as yeah, they're farming offline heroes above in calculus. But well, we'll see the throne fall. But yeah, it's all SheeverGaming on the extension. So youtube.com/SheeverGaming, facebook.com/SheeverGaming, twitter.com/SheeverGaming. So that's all that. Thank you for watching. As far as casts go, I won't be casting anything tonight anymore. I know that a lot of you still want to watch casts, so you can. I think there's some. Well, personally, I'm looking forward to a match tonight for the D2L, for the Dota 2 League. It is going to be Team Liquid taking on Fnatic EU. So I'm thinking that a lot of you people want to see that match as well. It's going to be at 9, and it's going to be on the One More Game TV2 channel, casted by AC and Draskell. So you should definitely check that out. It's going to be at 9, so that's still 1.5 hours away. I will be playing some matchmaking probably in the meantime. I'm not 100% sure just yet. We'll check in a moment. But you can check that out. Otherwise, you can just check my website for the who cast what schedule, and then find out which game you want to check out instead. Because there's multiple games at the same time going on right now. Anyway, thank you for watching, and have a good night. Have a good Dota night. And stuff. Yeah, let's just end this. There we go.